to something else in 2003, briefly?
In a very, very summarized form, the 1997 legal notice number 534 is a deal that was arrived at through a known process in the Teacher Service Commission, instruments of negotiations, and was gazetted as per the law established at that time under legal notice number 534. This is the deal that enabled teachers to earn salaries, and it is the one that enabled the retirees who went to court in Nakuru demanding that they be paid those salaries as per that legal notice, and they won. So it is a deal that has stood the test of time within the legal corridors.
And hasn't morphed in 2003.
And it was not removed because the year 2012, that is last year, when we were on a strike, hardship allowance that had not been paid as per the legal notice number 534 was paid. A special school allowance that had not been paid was paid, effectively indicating that it was alive and effective. Yes.
So, because it seems we seem to be getting different stories from the government side and then from the teacher side. It's confusing Kenyans with regards to, is it there, is it still not there? You've touched on it a little bit. I want to move on to something else. What is it that you're not getting at the moment in terms of allowance? What are the teachers not getting right now?
Thank you. We are not getting house allowance at the agreed percentage of 50% of one's basic salary. We are not getting commuter allowance as per the agreement of 10% of one's basic salary, and we are not getting medical allowance 20%. Those are very simple percentages that the government can afford.
Are you talking with the government? So far, you've refused negotiations with the government. Many are asking, isn't this the best way to go? Learning is paralyzed across schools. Nothing is moving. Surely, perhaps talking it out is a solution.
Thank you, thank you. I think this is the best opportunity for me to put things right. The government is not talking about negotiating on how to pay house allowance, medical, and commuter allowance as contained in the legal notice number 534. The government would like us to engage on new deliberations concerning fresh terms and conditions of service, whose process is through a consultative committee. And we have not refused because we submitted our memorandum of demands. And as required by law, upon submission of a memorandum of demands, the employer is supposed to file a reply memorandum to the unions. The employer has not filed and forwarded a reply memorandum to those demands. Two, when the deliberations were to commence, they were to commence within a framework of agreed procedures, NUMS, for that matter. What is the quorum, ABCD? They were not there. And so we demanded, and we agreed with the employer that before we commence any further negotiations, can these rules be developed? It was last week, around Thursday, when we were given the draft of the rules. The rules to be able to carry us through the new negotiations. So but what we are not talking about is, and what the government has not been talking about, is implementation in full of the remaining items, house allowance, medical, and commuter.
So as of now, there still remains a stalemate of sorts, a standoff. Is that correct? As of now, as we speak?
Yeah, seemingly that is the position, because we don't have any formal written communication asking us.
So how long will this go on, Mr. Nzili? If I can just repeat again, and this is also coming from people who are texting, you know, just keeping in mind the fact that this is having far-reaching implications on the lives of many people. And while Kenyans are sympathetic to what the teachers are saying, to their demands, there is also the concern with regards to what happens to the education of these children. If we have an ongoing stalemate with no end in sight, what happens now?
This is how it is, and this is how it has been. If the government has an offer, the Teacher Service Commission lays out that offer, and we are called to be told, men and gentlemen and women, this is what we can give you.
Is there a political angle to this?
Nothing. Let me tell you the professional angle. When you are negotiating, even when you are buying what you are putting on, you had to start from somewhere. You had to start from somewhere, and the owner was at some place, and you met at some place. So in this situation, we expect even tomorrow, even now, we are ready even today. Our officers are ready, even if we are called now with an offer that we are giving you this much. Then we say, oh, can you please add? That is what should happen. It's not a matter of people standing at the rooftops and saying, please call off the strike. Please call off the strike. Those won't help.
You're expected in court tomorrow. Are you going to go?
Definitely, we respect the judicial system of this country, and we shall go, subject to our security, because the other time, as we were planning to go, the teachers from Nairobi, and they came and surrounded us and locked our officers from outside. We were there the whole day without lunch. And so, if the teachers can allow us to go, we shall go. But if by the time we were at some place and we are surrounded, everybody fears mob justice. But we are prepared our lawyers, our submissions and everything. We are law-abiding.
You're law-abiding. We're going to be following up on that, Mr. Nzili. Thank you for taking time out to explain some of those facts to us. Many thanks. We're up for a short break now, but still ahead on Sunday Live.